Greetings, angels. It's Intuitive Jacob back, and we're going to do a crescent reading that is focusing on healing messages. The crescent itself is going to be 7 cards that are depicted with La Vera Sibilla Italiana. I'm pulling 7, 1 for the past, 1 for the present, 1 for the near future, 1 for our internal world, 1 for our external influences, 1 that'll give us an idea of what to do to maintain a certain course of action, and the 7th one will give us a really good idea of what potential developments can be over the next fortnight. So it's going to be approximately 2 weeks, although I'll never encourage you to be weak. I'm going to say the next 2 strong. And in addition to that, I will be pulling a card from the Romance Angels for those of you that might also want a lens on potential romantic situations going on. Make sure you check your moon and your rising with me. I'm actually more of a moon-driven reader myself, so I hear from many of my clients that they get many of their messages from the moon readings that I offer, so I'm highly going to recommend that. If you're looking for more detailed information, hit me up at artoflove.me. I can do a personal private reading for you with just your information. And if not, I hope these messages are helpful for you. If so, I really appreciate your thumbs ups, and those of you that have supported my channel and commented, liked, and subscribed, thank you so much for that. Really appreciate that. And especially those of you who have trusted me with your private readings. Much appreciated, and catch you on the inside of your reading. Alright, so we got a pop-up message, and hearing for some of you all, wow, Virgo. Somebody caught your eye is what I'm hearing. Somebody's really standing out for some of you all, especially if you've been bit by the love bug, because I think you might find out that somebody has a crush. And wow, Fortuna. I'm hearing somebody might be ready to gush out emotionally. Interesting. They said emotional gush. Wow, Virgo. So we had some pop-out messages happening while I was shuffling these, and I just had to collect myself for a minute, but I was hearing some of y'all, especially if you weren't expecting it, you might be a little surprised at how somebody gushes for you right now. Get a little more fresh energy on these cards. Gonna change the view and lay these out for you. All right, so number 1, past relating to now, present situation, near future, inner life, external life, what to do, how it's going to develop. Yo, Virgo, something's over. Morte showed up in the center of the reading here. Hearing you might have lost somebody too. Condolences if somebody close to you has passed away. We're hearing about things that might have been passed on to another person, though, and little gifts that might be coming your way. I'm hearing for some of you all too, you might not realize that somebody held you in their esteem and that they left something behind for you. And I'm hearing for some of you all, it will be a very big surprise because it's somebody you didn't think knew you well. Let's see what's going on in the recent past relating to now. Alegria. So, okay, this is people that you might know in colloquial situations here. Virgo. This card is basically translates to cheerfulness, is what alegria means. And we're seeing some people here getting together, having some drinks. Hearing for some of you all, you might find out that that's actually what happened. I'm hearing about a drunk driving situation and how somebody might have passed. I'm hearing for somebody else, it had to do with complications with their liver. Okay. That can't be for everybody. For some of you all, this is just about people that you get together with and people that you used to get together with that might not actually be in your future time right now. In some cases, I'm hearing that it's like putting an end to people that you only had connections with while you were drinking. Because I'm hearing for some of you all, this is like realizing that it's an end for that. See what's in the present situation. So yes, deliranti, we're seeing the insane lunatics, and these people are often the drunks. I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like realizing what kind of influences these people are in your world. I'm hearing about coworkers. They're telling me coworkers and how they prop themselves up on you, and that this might be a time where you've been realizing that there are certain things that you're just not willing to do with people who might only be fair weather friends. In some cases, it's like where business associates took on too much meaning in your world and it just needed to come to an end. And I'm just hearing about situations where people have been reckless while under influences. And just know, a lot of people will say, it's spiritual. And just know that demons are spirits too. And not everybody knows how to handle that stuff. Let's see what's going on in the near future. Virgo. Presente de pietra preciosa. These are the gift of precious stones. I'm hearing for some of you all, they're using this term for me. It's very religious in connotation about casting your pearls amongst swine. And I'm hearing for some of you all right, this is a very specific message if you are doing something openly, if you're offering things is what I'm hearing. If you're somebody that offers things like to the public, that this might be a time where it's almost kind of like not wanting to be guilty by association to people that just show up lit is what I'm hearing. Show up lit and kind of get away with it. They're talking to me about these two cards here, like false bravado. You know, people that show up, you know, real nice and jovial, but realizing that there's an aftermath to that, and taking more into account that your gift is greater than that. And so I'm hearing for some of you all, you know, those were cautionary notes, and that this is the near future card. It's a reminder for you, Virgo, that in the present moment, whatever it is that you're displaying is actually the gift. And that how you present that it's really everything right now, because something's coming to an end. And in some cases, you're going to find out that something was left to you because of an end. Whatever this morte is about here. I'm hearing that could take like 3 to 5 weeks though. Okay, let's see what's going on in your inner life, Virgo. Okay, inner life, Gran Signore. So this is a real step up kind of card sometimes, especially if this is the inner life. I'm hearing for some of y'all this has to do with your father or whoever the paternal role was in your world, and that might even be who passed, or maybe who is passing, maybe who left something behind. Could be a father figure, husbandly type. For those of you that don't have somebody passing who has left something for you behind, this is considering either yourself on the Gran Signore level, which this is the married man. This is the man to marry. This is somebody who's very desirable. He's actually the King of Cups in this deck here, which is kind of like your, if we're going to call signs on this, most likely somebody with the sun, moon, or rising in one of the water tribes, like Cancer. Am I hearing Leo, Virgo? I don't know. I'm hearing Leo, Virgo combo for somebody, but most generally this is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person. For me, sun, moon, or rising, but I'm hearing very specifically Leo, Virgo combo for somebody. And just knowing, like, if this is you, it's like you finding your footing in something after having to put an end to something. I'm hearing it's like whoever might have been involved with you, it's almost like they were chopping you down a notch because of how they might have been showing up, or how they might be showing up right now. Some of you might be making a very difficult decision in less difficult ways because of how they're showing up, and you're just knowingness of who you are and what it is that you want to represent. So if this isn't actually you, because this could be somebody that's interested in the dancing, you might be cutting people off because you have got your mind set on whatever this next step is. I'm hearing for some of you, it's like knowing that there's like a marriage material person there, and you might really have your eye on that prize and wanting to get that ring on his finger. Or vice versa, because I'm hearing for some of y'all, it's like, all right, how do I get him to open up to me and make that offer? And for some of you, it's going to be realizing that you have some knuckleheads around that need to go, because until they're actually gone, this might not show up. Because this is somebody that won't monkey around. It's like, he won't monkey around. If you are interested in this man, he, she, they, other, this person as a romantic interest, Virgo, you need to know they're not going to make an offer like this if they see you with a bunch of like drunk people and like just guys all over the place. He's not the one that will deal with that. And so this is like some of you realizing where it comes to a hard and fast stop. That's what I'm hearing. Wow, okay, so a card wants to show up here, and we're seeing Eladro. That's somebody who wants to get away with something. That's a thief right there. Hearing for some of you all too, it's like, make sure what you're leaving out in the open, especially if you've got somebody that you really are admiring in your world, because they're talking to me about childish, immature behavior, and that like, I'm hearing really specifically for some of you all, this has to do with a younger brother or a sibling that just had it out for dad and only shows up to like pickpocket, is what they're saying. He just like wants to get his hand on the money. Okay, so let's just see what else is going on here, because that is your inner world. We've got an external card giving us an idea of what's happening, and see, there you go, falsita. These are lies being told. We're hearing that there might have been some kind of cover-up here about whoever these knuckleheads are, because I'm hearing these are absolute knuckleheads. If these are people that are showing up right now, and that's a knucklehead right there. This Eladro guy, that's a thievy, nasty person. That's somebody that'll come in and just sneak around and try to get their hands on something. I'm hearing for some of you all too, especially if you have a cat, I'm hearing the cat knows something, and the cat might have some way to have left something behind. Like, this is a weird one, but I'm hearing that whoever this person, especially if somebody went into your house and you're like finding out that they might have been going through stuff, especially if it was like dad's stuff, that the cat might have kicked something out of the way that wouldn't have been in that place otherwise, and that you're gonna see it later, and it's gonna be like, how did that get there? And y'all are going to be really proud of the cat, because the cat is going to rat somebody out. The cat that ratted on the rat. Ow! But this is also just, there's other messages here coming out about just paying attention to how people will prop themselves up around you, Virgo. Because we're seeing this cat, like he's like, this cat cracks me up. He's like sitting on a throne. He's like, I'm the king here, and I can get away with whatever I want. I'm sitting on this chair, and I'm in charge. And it's kind of a lie, you know. It's like the cat's just blocking the door, you know. And there's like all these shadows showing up here on the floor, and it's under whatever this open gift is here. And I'm hearing for some of y'all, that cat took something that wasn't theirs. If this is an actual person and not a physical cat, that this cat is propped up on somebody else's stuff. And they're saying for some of y'all, you're gonna have to come out with some truth on this. It might just come out in the open, because this lie is here, and there's some drunk people that do stupid things that are openly like, hey, we're drunk while we're doing this. and consequences is what I'm hearing. All right, let's see what's going on in the what to do sector. It's Virgo. We're seeing just a new start here. This Bambino here is showing up for different reasons. Hearing one about triangulated situation and what you might know about who the real dad is and the father of a child. Okay. And we're hearing it's like, it's going to be obvious who protected the child. And it's also going to be obvious who may have been drunk, lying, probably insane and stupid, and maybe propped up for whatever reasons to legitimize themselves, and the cause of whatever this ending is, this morte here. Because that means death. That's something ending. And so we're hearing for some of you all, this is just like knowing when to call a spade, knowing when it is a sham, and knowing that something got protected here. Because that baby is fast asleep in a bassinet there. And sometimes we just need to cut things off around us, especially if we're trying to make a new start. And for some of you all, we're hearing that it's like just putting an end to things that we're draining on time. For some of you all, it's like realizing that if you were having some fertility issues, that covering up stress with external things, not criticizing you, but drinking and things that can affect your chemistry might put your hormones on a rampage, and that could have been obstructing what was happening here. But I'm hearing for some of you all, you might find out that you can actually conceive when you get real about what was, you know, less than convenient, that maybe wanted to remain covered up. And let's see how this situation is going to develop here. Wow. Lamante. So this is a lover. She's been showing up. She also showed up in the Cancer reading. If you're dealing with a Cancer, or you have some Cancer in your birth chart, you might want to check that one. But I'm hearing that this person has been looking into something. So what you need to know, especially if you've had your eye on the prize of potentially hooking up in a marriage, or finding somebody that you're wondering if they're a good suitor for you like this, and somebody that is worthy of taking that new start with. They're saying, I mean, you're really going to have to end some things, because there are some false situations around and false people. But I'm hearing that it's going to develop well, because there is an admirer here. This person is looking and watching. This person might have a hard time speaking up if they don't have the confirmation they need to feel confident and comfortable, but this is a good match right here. This is actually the Queen of Cups. That is actually the King of Cups. These are people that could very well get married and have children. And there's actually a progression in this deck where this one becomes the mother with child. And so for some of you, that's what you need to know. And I'm hearing if that's the case, watch who you're showing up with, because I'm hearing that there might be some speculation going on, especially if people are looking at your social media trying to get information. And this is a person who is particularly shy, who just might keep their guard up and stay back if they're not sure who those people are around you. Let's see what we can find out with the Romance Angels Oracle cards, because I hear some of you all are very interested in love right now. Leo. Oh, excuse me, Virgo. I heard Leo. So maybe there's a Leo involved somewhere. But yeah, I hear that some of you all might be surprisingly interested in something after a long period of time, and that's especially true if you've been one of those people that's been single like 5 years. I'm hearing if it's like a 5-year single thing, get ready, because there's a new start here that might be impressive, and it's going to be a good match for how you have ascended your own energy. All right, let's see what we got here, Virgo. Dun, 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 dun. That card says new love, and I'm loving it for you. It says a new person has stirred your romantic feelings, and that definitely makes sense for what I've seen here. I'd love to hear how this works out for you, Leo. Let me know if it resonated. I hope so, because it looks like an end to some BS. An end to lies, an end to crazy people, an end to false friends that might just be there taking up space when you have something better to offer and something new here on the horizon. Let me know if it resonated. If so, I love your thumbs up and I love your comments, and hit me up at artoflove.me if you would like for me to take a personal look with just your information. If I don't hear from you, take care. God bless. We'll catch you again when we're back for another one.